Hello guys, Marten here. I am glad to report that Electronium is continuing to the upside, but it's only moving slightly upwards, so we're not going to have a look at it today. Today we'll have a look at two Watson report candidates, and they are Ark and Genesis Vision. I've not heard about Genesis Vision before, so that'll be interesting. Finally, we'll have a look at the Bitcoin Cash, since it is the most negative right now over at Watson's report. But let's just have a look here in the beginning at the top cryptos over at CoinGecko. So we can see here that all top cryptos are down, are in the red right now. So there's obviously a negative pressure here on the market. We have to move down quite a bit to find the first green one, ontology down here. But let's head over here to Watson's report. This is the latest hourly report, and what we have here is the list here, top 10 with the most positive sentiment. And at the very top here we do have Ark, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with that one. And then we have Genesis Vision on the second place. So that is a little smaller crypto. Now we also have the currencies with the most negative sentiment, and here we have Bitcoin Cash at the very top. So we'll also have a look at Bitcoin Cash. Now let's look at the daily chart for Ark. We are up about 4 or 5% right now, and the volume has been pretty good here for the last 4 days. And during the last 20 days or so, we've been trading in a very narrow range here, and you can see the Bollinger Band has sort of narrowed down here, so it's almost non-existing here. And in general, you should sort of be careful when the price is overextended in terms of the Bollinger Band. But since we've had this kind of formation here, when the Bollinger Band is more or less gone, we've been outside of the Bollinger Band for several days here. But it's I wouldn't be too worried due to the kind of formation we're having right now. It would have been different if the Bollinger Band was much wider like we had here. So much more wider between the lower band and the upper band. So what do we have here if we're looking at profit potential? Well, the next fib level, that is up here at 1285 Satoshi. And you can see there's a lot of resistance here in this area. So that would be the next natural target. And if we will head up there, that would be about a 7% move. Now the next target is a 20% move, and that is basically if we can head up here back again to this high here around 1400 Satoshi. So these are the two targets I'm looking at here if we can get a continuation here. And also the RSI is not overextended yet, it's only around 60, so there's room for another move to the upside here, in addition to the nice volume we have and the social buzz, of course, from the Watson's report. Now let's look at Genesis here. This is the daily short as well, and it's right now up about 9-10% here. Very nice day here, this green nice candlestick right here. So we've broken out from this formation here, bull flag formation. And yeah, I mentioned earlier that it's a pretty small crypto. It's ranked 118th on CoinGecko's market cap. But got a breakout today, and you could say that we formed a very negative candlestick here, and that was on Friday. So that could indicate that this will continue to the downside here, and of course that could happen. But when we do have this nice social buzz going on and we're forming this nice candlestick, I'm still optimistic here. And the volume has continued to be on a good level here. Today we're already above the average, and we still have 6-7 more hours for the day left. Also, another good indicator is the fast stochastic here. I'm using the last 9 days here, and we're only at around 40 on the stochastic, so this could easily move to the upside here to 80 or higher. And when we're looking at potential, my first target here is this high we had here, this close, around 20,000 Satoshi. Now let's look at a longer chart. So here's the longer short, and I do have 2 targets here if we'll get a continuation. So the first target is this next fib level, around 25,000 Satoshi. And you can see my beautiful drawing here. I've circled this area, but we can see there's a lot of resistance here in this area. So this is a natural target to the upside. Now let's say we'll penetrate this first target, then we'll likely head up here to the second target, which is up at around 30,000 Satoshi. And that would be a very nice move of 50%. Now I'm not saying this is going to happen, but these are the nearest targets in a very bullish case. So you should be aware of the negative market we are in right now. So that's why we're going to finish here with Bitcoin Cash. So this is the daily short, and Bitcoin Cash is right now down about 2% here. And we have today lost this supporting trend line here, going back from September 25th. And we're also below the 20-day EMA. You see this green line here. So those are 2 negatives for the day, but we've also been down here basically to this support we have here around $500, which is also a short-term fib level here. Now where can we head next here? We're going to the downside. Well, I would say the next fib level down here at 480, because that is where this trend line will sort of intersect with this other supporting trend line, which started back here on the 18th of September. And this one is still holding, so it's still alive. So that would be a natural target here to the downside. But we still have 6-7 more hours left of trading, so I wouldn't count out Bitcoin Cash here or the other big cryptos. We can actually see that EOS is in the green right now. So that's good. First time in a couple of days here, I think. So finally, let's finish here with altcoinbus.io, our homepage. Because here we have a nice article about Roger Ver and Bitcoin Cash. And he's talking with Charlie Lee. And in my opinion, they look kind of reserved, both of them, when we look at the body language, right? So head over there and check it out. And there's also important information here regarding Binance. They will delist these 4 coins. So check it out if you haven't already. So I hope you learned something here, and have a great Wednesday. Goodbye.